Hello, I'm Linda Ann. I'm here today to work with some of the products I have from DecoArt. I'm in the Helping Artists program, and I'm going to show you today what I did with some of their stencils and paint. I'm using this aluminum pan to catch the drips when I use the fluid acrylic paints from DecoArt. I'll be using the DecoArt fluid acrylics today. It's called Media Fluid Acrylics, and I'll be using this cerulean blue. This one's a really pretty turquoise called Cobalt Teal. And the last one I'm going to use right now is called Titan Buff. I laid a small canvas into that aluminum roasting pan, and I'm going to mist it with water before I begin. I actually thought these fluid acrylics would be really watery, but they're not. So I'm going to have to give it more water than I thought and coax it a bit to run down the page. I kind of like the looks of that, but that's not exactly what I'm going for. So I'm going to keep working with it and shaking it off and bumping it and making it run more, and then I'll add more color and more water and more color and more water until I get to a point that I like the looks of the canvas. One nice thing about having a drip pan under it is that I can go back and use that paint, pour it on top of the canvas later. I'm moving it with my fingers and dripping it off and then pouring some of the colors back on, because these are all blue shades and a whitish shade, so they all run together and end up making another blue in the bottom of the pan. I've speeded up the film and I'll pull back the camera in a few minutes, but I wanted you to see the way these run together and the nice fluid action of the paints. It's so much fun to watch them just kind of swirl together, and then I coax them with brushes and fingers and whatever I have on hand. While that dries, I'm printed a little quote that I like, and I'm going to tear it out around the edges and then play with it with some paints. I also have a stencil from DecoArt that I want to use, and so I'm kind of placing that around, seeing where I want these feathers. Just kind of an initial idea, playing with it and coming back. I'll add some water to that magenta color and cover this quote with that color, and you're going to see that I keep playing with this and playing with this. It just wasn't the right color to go with what else I had, but I didn't give up easily. If you've followed me at all, you know that I love drawing and painting feathers, and this stencil had the prettiest little feather on it. This pretty little stencil is from the DecoArt Personally Yours line. It's called Personally Yours Urban Ink, and the name of it is Beliefs. It's a 6" by 9" stencil, but this little feather is just awesome. I'm starting out with some gesso, some watered down gesso, and later I'm going to decide that that's not quite the look that I want on this canvas. So I can always line the stencil back up with those feathers and redo them with different colors, whatever I want. I mixed a little of the magenta into the watered down gesso. That still wasn't quite where I wanted to go. I wanted a little more color into it. So I just kept playing with it with different colors, but I continued with the magenta and the gesso. Why can't I think of the word gesso today? I started with the magenta and the gesso. I'm flipping it upside down and backwards, flipping it over from place to place to make it look like different feathers. But when I get to the outlining, it's going to totally change, because I'm not going to necessarily stick to exactly what's here. And you can give yourself that artistic license. While you watch me dibble and dabble here, I'll tell you that my birthday celebration giveaway went really well. All 3 of the winners have contacted me, and I'm ready to get those prizes out to them. I'm so excited. Each of the 3 ladies whose names were drawn had little tidbits that they shared with me that made it even more special to me that they happened to be the ones to get the prizes. I'm desperately trying to discipline myself to make a video to have it online every Tuesday, but I didn't make it yesterday, so I'm not real happy with myself. If I make 2 per month for DecoArt and 2 per month for color art, that takes up each Tuesday, but I didn't get this one done in time. But you can watch for my videos a lot more often than just every Tuesday, because in the middle of the month, I work with Creative Arts Collaboration doing the CAC event, which runs 5 days straight every month. And then the wonderful Shannon Green was gracious enough to pick me up as one of her inspiration conspiracy persons. So I'm one of her graduates now, but I'm going to stick around as long as she'll have me. I'm also participating with various groups of individuals who get together for video hops. This past weekend we went to the Greater Tulsa Indian Art Show, and I met some Native American artists there who shared some of their stories with me, and I want to capture that and interview them and do videos of them telling you their story. They're amazing artists, they were inspiring to me, and I know that it will inspire you to hear their stories too. The time management thing is the main thing that I need to deal with, but I expect to get into a better routine very soon. I want to thank you for all the encouraging notes and messages and comments that I've had. It's really helped me to want to do more in this venue. I have some other things that I'm going to keep to myself for now, but keep watching. Okay, here I am outlining with cobalt blue, added a little water to it, and by adding my own individual lines and swirls, and it sort of hides the fact that these are stenciled feathers and makes each one an individual. It looks like I'm not going to be able to finish this video tonight, so I'm going to stop and get it online as part 1, and then we'll come back tomorrow and show you how I finished up this canvas with part 2. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I hope you'll do that. And if you have, thank you so much for being here.